already. So he's off Mufasa, he off the... I can't use him for the fantasy no more because my friend is off. So it's done. I gotta find somebody else. Gotta go back to Lenny Kravitz. Looks like there's a new couple in Hollywood. Aaron Pierre, Teyana. Aaron Pierre, that's Teyana.
It was supposed to be just another night of celebration, a private gathering where laughter and music filled the air, and family came together to share good vibes. But what happened in that upscale Atlanta lounge would end up being anything but peaceful. The lights were low, glasses clinked, and soft R&B played in the background until everything stopped. In the blink of an eye, the atmosphere shifted from warm to ice cold when Aaron Pierre stepped through the door. The man wasn't even supposed to be there. At least, that's what insiders say, and his unannounced arrival felt like a bomb dropping in the middle of the room. People froze, side eyes darted, and the air got so thick you could cut it with a knife. Whispers spread almost instantly. Some of Teyana's friends exchanged uneasy glances, while others turned away completely, pretending not to notice him. But there was one person who noticed him immediately, Teyana's brother. And from the second their eyes met, it was clear this wasn't going to end in polite conversation. These two had history, and it wasn't the kind you can just smile past. The tension between them had been simmering for months, fueled by accusations, disrespect, and behind-the-scenes arguments that had never been resolved. Aaron walking in that night was like tossing gasoline onto an open flame. According to a source who claims they were standing near the bar, Teyana's brother didn't waste a second. He got up, walked straight across the room, and locked eyes with Aaron in a way that made the whole place fall silent. Even the music seemed to fade into the background. It wasn't a friendly, "Hey, how's it going?" type of moment. This was pure, unfiltered hostility. The kind that doesn't just appear out of nowhere. And here's where things get even more intense. This wasn't just about Teyana's love life. This was about pride, loyalty, and the unspoken rule that family comes first. Over the past few months, whispers had been floating around that Aaron had been less than respectful toward Teyana, showing up late to events she invited him to, pulling out of important appearances at the last minute, and even being caught in flirty conversations with other women when he thought no one was watching. Whether all of it was true or not didn't even matter at this point. In her brother's eyes, Aaron had crossed a line, and there was no going back. Teyana herself had been walking a tightrope between trying to protect her peace and keeping her family from going off on Aaron completely. She knew her brother was fiercely protective, maybe even to a fault, and she had probably hoped the two of them would never end up in the same room again. But fate clearly had other plans that night. Eyewitnesses say the conversation started quietly enough, but you could feel the energy building with each passing second. There was a lot of pointing, a lot of sharp hand gestures, and then suddenly, Aaron smirked. That one little smirk changed everything. The second Teyana's brother saw it, he stepped forward, and the voices got louder. The words, "You don't respect her," and "You better watch yourself," were allegedly thrown across the room. People started pulling out their phones, sensing that something was about to go down. And then it happened. One shove, followed by another, and in the chaos of it all, fists started flying. Gasps erupted from every corner, glasses hit the floor, and security rushed in to break it up. But by then, the damage had been done. Aaron was pulled back by two security guards while Teyana's brother was being held by friends, still shouting, his voice cracking with pure anger. It wasn't just a fight. It was years of built-up frustration exploding in front of everyone. The wildest part? Teyana herself had been in the room when it all happened. She didn't scream. She didn't rush in. She just froze for a second, then quickly grabbed her bag and headed straight for the exit. People say her eyes were red, her lips pressed into a thin line, and she didn't look back once. Her mom followed right behind her, giving Aaron the coldest glare before disappearing through the door. The whispers didn't stop there. Word spread online within hours, and by the next morning, clips of the brawl had surfaced on TikTok. Some videos were blurry, others crystal clear, but all of them showed the same thing. Two men who clearly couldn't stand each other, clashing in the middle of what was supposed to be a family night. Fans immediately split into two camps, Those who thought Teyana's brother was a hero for defending her, and those who felt violence only made the situation worse. On Twitter, comments ranged from, "You can't just let someone disrespect your sister like that," to "He should have handled it privately. This is just messy." TikTok users even started breaking down the footage frame by frame, pointing out every side eye, every subtle gesture, trying to piece together exactly what was said before things got physical. And of course, conspiracy theories popped up. Some people swore this was all a setup, a way to shift attention away from another rumored scandal brewing in Teyana and Aaron's world. But for the people who were actually there, it didn't look staged. It looked real, raw emotion spilling over in a way that no publicist could spin into a cute PR moment. Security eventually escorted Aaron out, but not before he allegedly shouted something that made Teyana stop in her tracks. No one seems to agree on exactly what he said, but whatever it was enough to make her pause, take a deep breath, and keep walking. Later that night, Aaron was spotted at another lounge across town, laughing with friends like nothing had happened. Meanwhile, Teyana was nowhere to be seen, and her brother had gone completely silent on social media. People close to the family say there's been talk of keeping Aaron permanently banned from any future family gatherings. Others hint at the possibility of legal action, especially since witnesses claim the police were called, though no official reports have surfaced yet. And that's where things get complicated. Because as much as this looked like the final breaking point, the moment everything cracked wide open and there was no going back, the truth is, no one really knows where Teyana stands right now. From the outside, it might seem like she's done. Like she walked away for good, shut the door behind her, and locked it twice. But those who know her, really know her, understand that with Teyana, nothing is ever that black and white. She's strong, no doubt. Fierce when it comes to protecting her peace and her family. But she's also someone who loves deeply, sometimes even to her own detriment. So the question hanging in the air like smoke is this: has she truly cut Aaron off completely? Or is there still a part of her, buried somewhere beneath the anger, the hurt, the public humiliation, that's holding on to what they had, even now? A close friend recently told a gossip blog that this isn't over, and the way they said it, it didn't sound like a warning. It sounded like a promise. Like there's more to come, more to unpack, more behind the scenes than anyone realizes. And that cryptic little sentence was enough to set off a firestorm of speculation. Is there reconciliation on the table? Was the courtroom scene just a chapter, not the ending? Could forgiveness, or something like it, still be possible? But here's the thing about situations like this. They don't just affect the people at the center. When a relationship this public unravels, it sends shockwaves through everyone connected to it. Especially with a family as tight-knit, loyal, and fiercely protective as Teyana's. Her mother, her sister, her inner circle, they've been there through it all, standing guard, managing chaos, blocking out the noise. So when something like this happens, it doesn't just hurt, it scars. And what happens with those scars? That's the unpredictable part. Do they push her closer to the people she trusts most, the ones who've always had her back no matter what? Or do they drive her further away, especially if she feels that even they couldn't protect her from this kind of heartbreak? There's no clear answer. Because in a storm like this, emotions don't follow logic. Sometimes the people you love the most become reminders of the pain you're trying to forget. Other times, they're the only lifeline you've got left. In this kind of drama, where every glance is dissected, every silence turned into speculation, nothing is ever truly final. One unexpected move can shift the entire narrative. A single phone call, a candid photo, a cryptic message, or a public statement. That's all it takes to set the internet ablaze and turn the story on its head. From the outside, it may seem like the end has already come and gone. But those who've witnessed public love unravel and rebuild know the truth. These stories rarely fade quietly. They linger, shift, and sometimes return. Because with Teyana, it's never really over. Not until she says it is.